now we have to understand. Our ancestors calculated 360 days for 1 year. But whether they know the fact that it is not 360 days, 360.65.25, something, 6363004, like that, whether they know it or not. And how they corrected it. They calculated 360, but actually is 365.25. Whether they have corrected, simply they know they kept quiet and adopted a wrong calculation, or whether they corrected it. That we should understand. Vanakkam, Namaskar. I express my wholehearted thanks to Sangam Talks, the management, and also the eminent scholars and faculties who are attached with Sangam Talks. I also express my heartfelt thanks and namaskar to all the eminent scholars who are attending this session. With saying once again namaskar and vanakkam, I am proceeding to detail about the ancient Indian calendar system, how it is accurate. I have already been introduced well. So these are all my contact numbers, my mail ID, and also my website. So the Bharatian calendar system, we can say Indian calendar system, but the actual terminology correct is Bharatian calendar system. In this session, I am going to detail about the evaluation, how it evolved, and methods and types of calculation, how it is highly accurate, and it is how it is natural, and how it is entirely based on astronomy, that is celestial movements of the objects, various planets and stars and satellites, and how much it is antiquity. And even the terminology of time divisions is astronomy based and high clarity and knowledgeable derivation. All these things I am going to narrate now. First of all, when you go to detail about the evaluation of Bharatian calendar system, it starts from Veda. We know that each circle has 360 degrees of angles. What is the base for that concept? Who gave it? From where it has gone to the entire world? If we analyze, we come across that it is the source is Veda, the great knowledgeable scriptures of the entire world. We know there are 360 degrees of angles for a circle. Why 360 degrees? Why not 400 or why not 500? The calculations would have been easy. If it is 400, it is 1/4 is 100. We can even divide 50, 25 like that. But if it is 90, 45, after that fraction will come. So the calculation is not easier with 360. 400 or 500, if you have 1000, it is in better. It is all our own thing, and for our convenience, we can divide a circle into many degrees. Even we can divide 1000 times 360 or 100. It is our own convenience. But why we fixed 360? Entire world is following 360. On what basis? Who developed? It is from Veda, the oldest scriptures of the whole world. It is Anadi and Sanatana. That means eternal. There is no beginning for Veda. There is no end for Veda. It is like Almighty. Almighty has no beginning, no end. Like that, Veda has no beginning, no end. Because it is the representation of Almighty. And with means to know, to learn. Hence, Veda is full of knowledge and wisdom. Hence, Veda not only spiritual, but also scientific. That also, as a byproduct of this lecture, we can understand. For example, Rigveda Samhita, in the first Mandalam, 164th Suktam, 48th mantra, reveals Dwadasa Pradaya Chakramekam, Trini Nabhyani Kavadachikeva, Tasmin Sagam, Trisadana Sankavo Arpidaha Shattirna Sala Salasaka. That is the mantra. What it means? Dwadasa, we know, told. Pradaya, the arcs of the wheel. That is the circumference of the wheel divided into 12 parts. Chakram Ekam. Ekam, we know one. Chakram, one wheel. Trini Nabhyani. the axils or center that thing is 3 have. 3 sada shashti, that means 3 sada. 3 means 3, 3, and sada means 100, shashti means 60, 360. Sankavaha, that is spokes of the wheel. Chala chala saga, it is movable and immovable. The arcs are told, the wheel is one, 3 are the axles. Who indeed knows it? Within it collected 360 spokes, which are as it were movable and immovable. That is the exact translation of this Vedic mantra. See how it can be pictorially expressed, that mantra. So the sun is center, almost center, not exactly center. This is one circle. One circle. This circle, the periphery of that circle is divided into 12 parts. Okay. And there are arcs from the center of the circle to periphery. That is 360. So this is center. From there, 360 arcs are going on there. And the periphery is divided into 12. And the earth is moving in this circle. Okay. This is the ecliptic. The pathway of the earth, when revolves around the sun, that pathway is known as ecliptic. There is Sanskrit terminology for that. It is not derived from English. That we should know. So ecliptic, we have Sanskrit thing. So another mantra is there. In the Rigveda Samhita, in the same Suddha Mandala, 11th mantra. Dvadasaram nahi tajjaraya varvarti chakram paridhyamradasya aputra agne mitunaso atra sapta sadani vimsadicha tastuku. Dvadasaram, that means 12 hours. And sapta sadani vimsadi. Sapta is, we know, 7. Sapta sada means 700. Vimsadi means 20. Okay. The meaning is Dwadasa is 12. Mithuna so putra. Mithuna is pair. Mithuna rasi is 2. So suns in pairs. Sapta sadani vimsadi 720. The wheel of law with 12 arcs goes round and round the heaven. It is indeed not decayed. O Agni, the 720 are in pairs. What is that 720? 360 daytime, 360 night time. So 720 day and night pairs, that is equal to again 360 days of a year. So this mantra explains that previous mantra in another better way. So I explained already ecliptic. What is ecliptic? The celestial pathway in which earth goes around the sun. That is the ecliptic. Okay. So here earth moves not in a to and fro. It moves here, again back, come again. No, not like that. It moves in unidirectional, in the one direction only. If it moves like this, it will go on move like this. It won't go up to this, like this, forward and again back. No, no to and fro. So, because of that, Earth's position in the ecliptic vary with time. So each day, the Earth's position will not be the same. Today, if the Earth position is here, tomorrow it will be here. Day after tomorrow, like that. It go on changing. Every day it is changing. So if you say at sunrise, every day sunrise, today's sun position will be at one point in the sky. Tomorrow's sunrise, it will be next point. Not in the same point. So the total number of Earth's positions in ecliptic at sunrise is equal to total number of sunrise within the day. Because every sunrise, the Earth position is a new one. So how many sunrise will be there? There will be the same number of Earth position at sunrise in the ecliptic. That you understand. So within 1 year. In the next year, same position may repeat. So I am saying that's why I added this way, within 1 year. So you can understand. Today's sunrise, the Earth position is here. Tomorrow's sunrise here. So how many sunrise are there? That much Earth position will be same in the same year. That we should understand. So this is Earth's position in the ecliptic at various periods of time. Say, for example, at sunrise. These are all sun rays coming to Earth on rising sun. So whenever the sun rays reaches the Earth. So how many sun rays will be there? That much sunrise rays will be reaching here. Earth. So sunrise is equal to number of positions of the Earth at sunrise in the ecliptic. That is equal to total number of sunrise in a year. That is equal to the number of sunrise rays, rising sun rays reaching the Earth. All three are same. You please understand. So the number of Earth's position at sunrise is equal to number of sunrise within 1 year, and it is the number of rising sun rays reaching the Earth. So if the sunrise position, how much, that will be the spokes of the wheel. So the position of the Earth at sunrise is equal to the rising sun reaching the Earth, same. That we can convert imagine into spokes of a wheel. So number of sunrise is equal to number of spokes of a wheel. So now you can understand the point. There are 360 sunrises approximately. Okay, that will come to later. Why it is 365.25? So there are 360 sunrises. Surya Siddhanta mentioned Udayat Udayam Banohu Savanam Tat Prakityade. That means Savana Dina. Savana Dina is civil days. Savana year, civil year. That Savana year number of days is 360. Savana Dina is civil day, is the time interval between two consecutive, not 2-3 days after, consecutive sunrise. So there are 360 sunrises in a year. So 360 days for one Savana year. That we got to understand. Thus, in the four mentioned verse of Rigveda, one wheel denotes ecliptic wheel. This is the ecliptic wheel. And the 12 arcs denote 12 divisions of the perimeter of the wheel, or 12 months of a year, or 12 zodiac signs. See, 12 divisions of the perimeter is equal to 12 zodiac sign and 12 months of a year. And 360 spokes are equal to 360 days of a civil year. What is the 3 axles? It is nothing but 3 double seasons. That's why it denotes to not only angular division, it denotes time division also. From that axle, that where 3 axle are there. See in the first mantra, you can see Trini Nabhyani. There are 3 axles. What is that? Because one circle will have only one axle. Why 3? It is because 3 double seasons. So it exactly mentions this angular and time division. So that is we can understand. 720 children in pair, I already explained. 360 daytime, 360 night time, making 360 days, or 720 night and time, night time and daytime pair. That I already explained. 360. Taittiriya Samhita of Krishna Yajurveda, it also mentioned 360 in this mantra. This is the mantra. 360 Stotriya, that is mantra for 360 nights of a year. So, Samvatsara, it mentioned. So, the calculation of 360 days is there basing on the 360 sunrise rays reaching the earth, and it is the 360 days for one civil year. It is based on Yuga calculation. How our ancestors knew there are only 360 sunrise? How they came to conclusion that Earth has completed one revolution. Earth started revolution from this place. And how they know that today only the Earth completed 360 degree, one revolution. Either it may be yesterday or 10 days before or 10. In the sky, we cannot examine, no. Where is Earth? How can we know where is Earth? So we have to compare it with the stationary object, celestial body. That is Nakshatra. That is 27 ecliptic star. Even if we examine that, we cannot compare Earth position. So we need some other celestial object to compare Earth's position. So our ancestors selected Sun. Nakshatra, which is stationary, and Sun is stationary as far as Earth is concerned. But both are not stationary. That please understand. Earth is concerned, both are stationary. So when you can compare the movement of an object, if you compare it with respect to the stationary object. So We are Jivatma. How can we compare us? Only who is Paramatma, who is stationary, we can compare with them. So we need a moving object to be compared with a stationary object with respect to that. So we are comparing this movement of the earth with two stationary things. That is, one is nakshatra, 27 ecliptic stars, and sun. Both are not moving, stationary as far as earth is concerned. Both are not moving. That is why Aryabhatta mentioned Achalani Bani. Chala means moving, Achalani means not moving, Bani is nakshatra. Sun is a nakshatra. So, okay, you can understand. So, this is the thing. So, how our ancestors understood that? See, in Taittiriya Brahmana, there is a mantra at this. This is the mantra. I have the book, I have taken a photocopy. I thank the author and publisher, but I need not thank the Rishi. He is my forefather. How can I thank him? It is my property through him. So, Taittiriya Brahmana mentions this heliacal rising. It mentions it's a punya. It is an auspicious thing to watch a heliacal rising of a star. They used some other Sanskrit terminology. Now, modern science using the terminology as heliacal rising. What is heliacal rising? See, when Earth is here, Sun is here, and star is here. When Earth rotates like this on its own axis, not only revolving around the Sun, it rotates on its own axis. So it rotates. When it comes here, the Sun rises. But the star is little bit above this horizontal plane, little bit. Sun, you can imagine a small dot here. So before rise of the Sun, this star will rise in the east, because it is slightly upper than the Sun. So that is known as heliacal rising. The rising of the star in the ecliptic star in the eastern horizon early in the morning, just a few seconds before sunrise, is known as heliacal rising of that particular star. For any one star of the ecliptic, only one heliacal rising. Why? I will explain that. So Taittiriya Brahmana already mentioned this heliacal rising, how it is auspicious, how it should be important to watch heliacal rising of the star. Already we have reference. We are not got from Western world. That you should understand. So this is a heliacal rising. Today, the star, we can say Kritika Nakshatra, it rises just before sunrise. What happened tomorrow? The earth little bit 1 degree moved here. 1 degree. Imagine, earth is moving here. So what will happen? Apparently, sun moved down 1 degree. If earth goes, we can see that sun is here. We think that earth is here only the sun has moved down. And going a train, we see we are moving, but only the objects outside are moving backward. Like that, earth is moving forward. So what we think, earth is stationary, the train is stationary. Only the objects, trees and other things, buildings are moving opposite direction, backward direction. So in the way sun move, apparently looks like it is moving down 1 degree. So what will happen? The star will rise a little bit more time before the sunrise, because earth has to rotate a little more so that sun not in this place here, so to rise. So it will be delayed by 4 minutes. Why 4 minutes? Because earth's rotation is 360 degree. It is completed in 24 hours. So 1 degree, it moves approximately 1 degree per day. So 1 degree movement, it requires 4 minutes. On completion of 360 degree rotation, the star will rise in the east. But sun, because apparently moved 1 degree away, the earth has to rotate further 1 degree. That requires 4 minutes. So that's why one solar day is 24 hours, but one nakshatra star day is 23 hours 56 minutes. So the star will rise exactly 23 hours 56 minutes from the yesterday's rise, but sunrise will happen only 24 hours, 4 minutes delayed, because of this movement of the earth and the apparent movement of the sun. What happened? 1 day, 4 minutes. So in 1 month, 120 minutes. 30 into 4, 120. So 2 months. 2 hours will be delayed. In 6 months, 12 hours will be delayed. What is that? See, this is heliacal rising. In 6 months, the earth moved 180 degree because one year 360 degree, 6 months 180 degree. Now the star will be here only. Sun will be here. I have already, it is, they are not moving. Only earth has moved. So when the star will raise, when the earth comes here, rotates, at the time star will rise, but at the time sun will set. So just after the sunset, if a star rises, that is acronical rising. That you please understand. So in one complete revolution, on completing one revolution, the star will rise only one time just before sunrise. Otherwise, it will be delayed by 4 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, 6 hours, or 12 hours. Like that, it will be delayed. 18 hours, 23 hours. But only one time in an year, the self-same star, Kritika Nakshatra means same Kritika Nakshatra, will rise in the east just before the sunrise only one time. So, if we see a heliacal rising of a Kritika Nakshatra today, if we again see the same Kritika Nakshatra rising in the east just before sunrise, then we can understand that Earth completed one revolution. So from that we can understand that Earth has completed one revolution and 1 year has completed. So because of the basic thing that before sunrise we can able to see the star in the dark. Even during night we can see many stars. But Earth is rotating 360 degree per day. No, every star we can see every day. So we cannot fix which star is where. But on heliacal rising, just before sunrise, only one time it can rise in the whole year. So based on that, we can count how many days are there or how many sunrises are there. We can number of days, otherwise we can say we can count today 1, 2, 3, like that 10, 20, 30, 40, 100. These are all the sunrises during the between the time of 2 consecutive heliacal rising of the star. Based on that, our ancestors found that there are ordinarily 365 sunrises, but they took 360 as number of days for one civil year. It is based on Yuga calculation and based on understanding of the day and night of Pitruloka and other Brahmaloka and other things. What is that? Aryabhattiyam in Aryabhatta mentioned, Ravivarsham Manushyam Tadabi Trimsad Gunam Bhavati Pitriyam. Pitriyam Dvadasa Gunidam Divyam Varsham Vinirdishtam. What is that? A solar year is the year of men, year of human beings. And 30 times this is the year of Pitru. That means for us 1 day will be 30 days will be 1 day for Pitruloka. That is our ancestors who have passed away from here. And 12 Pitru days is equal to 1 day of the god, or 360 our days is equal to 1 day of God. Is it believable? Something they have to go. How can we prove it scientifically? Everybody in the same universe, only 1 day will be there, no. One time calculation. But they are telling in Pitruloka, if we cross 30 days, it will be 1 day for them. If we cross 1 year, the Devaloka will be 1 day. How it is we can accept? So it is not science, but it is science. Who proved it? Luckily, Albert Einstein proved it. It is correct. What Aryabhatta wrote is correct is proved by Albert Einstein in the year 1950 in his general theory of relativity. What he mentions, if the mass increases, the time proportionality decreases, inversely proportional. So, if Earth is a mass, say X, Pitruloka is 30x mass. So, the time reduces proportionately. So, for us, 30 days will be there for 1 day only. If the mass increases, time decreases. That is what Albert Einstein mentioned, the great scientist of the 20th century. We have given E is equal to mc square. At the same time, if the mass is 360 times the Earth, then our 360 days will be for them 1 day. Because time reduces. It is known as time dilation in science. So it is proved scientifically. So what our ancestors told is science only. Please understand. So that's why for Pitruloka and Devaloka, there are 360 days per year. So same is applied to Earth also. That's why our ancestors mentioned 360 days for 1 year and named it as civil year or Savana year. So there are Sishya Divridita Tandram and Surya Siddhanta mentioned this. So that it is not important. But what we should understand means then whether now we have to understand our ancestors calculated 360 days for 1 year, but whether they know the fact that it is not 360 days, 360.65.25 something 6363004 like that, whether they know it or not, and how they corrected it. They calculated 360, but actually is 365.25. Whether they have corrected, simply they know they kept quiet and adopted a wrong calculation, or whether they corrected it. That we should understand. In the Mahayuga, 43,20,000 years, Surya Siddhanta mentioned there is apparent rotations of the star. What is mean by apparent rotation? Because Earth is rotating from west to east, all the stars will rotate east to west. That is apparent rotation. There is no rotation. Earth stars are stationary, Asalani Bani, but because Earth is rotating, the stars are looking apparently to move from east to west. How many rotations in a Mahayuga, 43,20,000 years? It is this much, 366.258756. This is known as Nakshatra Dina. And Solar Dina is 1 day reduced. Why? Because in completing 360 days, Earth every day Nakshatra will raise 4 minutes before. So in 316 to 4 minutes, it will come to 24 hours. That's why 1 day is increased here. So Solar Dina, Surya Dina is 365.258756 as per Surya Siddhanta calculation. And as per Nakshatra Dina, it is 366.258756. Why this 1 day difference? That I explained. Because star rises every day 4 minutes before. That's why the Nakshatra Dina is 23 hours 56 minutes. Solar Dina is 24 hours. If you calculate that 365 into 24 and 366 into 2356, same number will come. Because star rises 4 minutes every day earlier. In 360 days, it rises completes 1 day. That's why it is increased. So our ancestors, though they calculated 360 based on Devaloka Pitruloka calculation, but they know the Earth is not rotating in 360 days, but it takes more. They know. But whether they applied it, yes, they applied it and corrected it also. For example, Krishna Yajurveda in Taittiriya Samhita 7.1/10 mantra mentioned Pancharatra Yajna. That is, our ancestors conducted 5 nights, auspicious Yajna, at the end of every Savana year. That is, 360 days after completion of the one Savana year, they conducted Pancharatra Yajna for 5 nights, and these 5 nights will not be included in the number of days. Only on the 6th day, the next year will start. So sometimes they will conduct for 6 days also. So like that, they corrected that mistake also, calculating. Okay, that is, they know it and they corrected it and correctly applied in the day-to-day life. That is okay. But actually, Pitruloka is 360, Devaloka is 360 days for 1 year. Why Earth is alone having 365.25 days? What is that? Because in this Earth, particle physics, the modern science explains, there is symmetry breaking phenomenon exists. So no absolute 100% symmetry exists here in Earth. Yes, very slight asymmetry usually exists in nature. That is the nature of this world. Here there is no perfection. Only perfect person is Almighty. All the human beings, everything is imperfect in Earth. That's why particle physics mentions symmetry breaking phenomenon. If we consider our left side and right side of the body, half of the body, will not be exactly similar. There will be slight similarity will be there. That's why instead of Earth revolving around the sun, not exactly 360 days, it takes 365.256363 like that. Because of that, what happens? It is a fraction number. So for calculating everything, not only Earth, even Moon and all the planets, everything they are having a fraction number for every year, how many revolution or how many days for a revolution. There is a fraction number. So we want to have an integral number. Then only the calculations will be easy. So to have an integral number, you developed a Yuga calculation. And our ancestors found out that in the Mahayuga 43,20,000 years, all Navagraha and also the apsis Mandocha and also node, that is Rahu and Ketu of Moon, everything, the completed revolutions will be in integral number without any fraction or decimal. That's why they adopted this. You can see. So that is the thing. Because of that only they developed the Yuga calculation 43,20,000 years. It is not from anywhere else and it is not connected with the precision of equinox years. Actually, precision of equinox itself is questionable now. It is totally unconnected to it. It is for the having the integral number, complete revolution in integral number, we get out of Yuga system. And that I will explain later. And there are another calculations are there for 360 days for civil year, and tropical year is 365.24219, and sidereal year, that is solar year, is 365.2563 like that. And there is lunar year also, synodic lunar year. That number per year is 354.36706, because the moon revolves around the earth. And every month the moon will be in exact conjunction with the sun. From sun to again to come into conjunction, that is one complete revolution. It takes 29.5 days per moon. So for 12 months, if we multiply, it will not come to 365, it will come to 354 days, 0.36. So that is known as synodic lunar year. That I will explain later. So I have to explain these two variations. What is this? What is this? Why this is little bit less than this solar year and tropical year. Tropical year means seasonal year. We can have seasonal year like that. Why? This is a sky. This is the outer sky. This violet line is the celestial equator. Why it is tilted? Because Earth is tilted. Earth is not like that. It is tilted by 23 degree 27 minute. So celestial equator is also tilted like this. So because Earth equator is tilted, and celestial equator is nothing but the extension of Earth's equator into the sky, this celestial equator also tilted. But Earth revolves around the sun in a horizontal plane, not in this plane, tilted plane. It is in horizontal plane. So this yellow line is the Earth's pathway around the sun, and this violet line is the celestial equator. That is because of the Earth's axis tilted. So it is also tilted to ecliptic. So these two lines, yellow line and this violet line, cut at two places. This is vernal equinox, this is autumn equinox. Now, the scientists are saying that this vernal equinox and autumn equinox are constant, not constant. They are drifting backwards. Slowly drifting. How much per year? 50.29 seconds apart. So every day it is moving back. Suppose the Earth starts from here and it completes one revolution, again comes here, that is solar year, 365.2563 days per year. But because this vernal equinox, previous day was here, and the next coming year it will be moved back. So before reaching that vernal equinox, it will reach this place, previous year's place, before a few seconds, few days, few hours, we can say few hours. Before itself, it reaches vernal equinox, here itself. In the next year, it starts from here, but this vernal equinox moved here. So every day year, it vernal equinox moves backwards. So Earth reaches the vernal equinox a little bit earlier time than the stipulated time of an 1 year. That's why this difference. This is seasonal year. This is solar year. Why we call it seasonal year? Because the season depends on where the vernal equinox is there or autumn equinox there. Wherever the vernal equinox cuts the ecliptic and these 2 points, from that only Vasanta Ritu comes. So the season will start. The spring season will come. Here cut from autumn season will come. That's why the season varies because of this movement backward of the vernal equinox. So this is the thing, constant scientific application. But our ancestors, they calculated this is a fixed position. They will not alter backward or forward or rotating. They call it as this difference. If the vernal equinox is here and Mesha Rasi begins here, that is 0 degree Ayanamsa. Suppose vernal equinox moves backward, but Mesha will not move. Ashwini Nakshatra will be here, Parani Nakshatra will be here, Kartika will be here, Mesha zodiac sign will be here. It won't move back. So this is fixed. Only vernal equinox is moving backward. So how much degree from vernal equinox to Mesha Rasi? That is known as Ayanamsa or precision of equinox or Ayanagraha. So our ancestors didn't take into account of this precision, this degree, and they calculated simply from here. Fixed Mesha. That is Nir Ayana. Nir means no. Ayana means no Ayana movement. Sa Ayana means with Ayana. That is the Nirayana and Sa Ayana. But what is the difference between these things? Because this is the beginning of Mesha zodiac sign, and whenever sun is at Mesha zodiac sign, it is Chaitra month. That is no change in it. So in Bharatian calendar, Indian calendar system, Chaitra month is whenever the sun enters into Mesha and whenever it conjuncts with Ashwini Bharana, that is Chaitra month. But this Mesha is fixed, but English, that European thing, zodiac sign, that Aries will not be fixed. Because they calculated beginning point of Aries from vernal equinox. Wherever vernal equinox there, that is the beginning point of Aries. If the vernal equinox is here, they will start calculating Aries and this Taurus. Like that they calculate. So they calculate from the beginning point of the vernal equinox. So when the vernal equinox moves back, the Aries also moves back. But the season also moves back. But for us, this is Mesha, is Chaitra month. When the vernal equinox goes here, Purva Bhadrapada, Uttara Bhadrapada, it is Palguna month. Those season varies. For us, if the vernal equinox drift backwards, the season varies. If it moves forward, the season varies. Only if it is here, the season will not vary. That we should understand. It is very, sometimes it is very difficult, but you please just watch. That is the thing. This is some difficult part. And Surya Siddhanta mentioned that it is not, this vernal equinox is not constantly drifting backward all 360 degrees. It is not going 360 degrees. What Surya Siddhanta mentions, this vernal equinox moves forward by 27 degrees. Again move backward to reach the same place, 0 degree. Again move backward by 27 degrees. Again move forward again to reach this place. So the vernal equinox is not constantly moving around. It is just moving 27 degree, 27 degree. That is within a month, 30 degrees per month. So within a month. So the season will not vary. That is the concept of Surya Siddhanta. So this Surya Siddhanta in 3rd Adhyaya and the 9 to 12 sloka, if you read, that is there. So from 0 degree Mesha, 27 degree Mesha, again backward and going Meena 3 degree, again forward. So it is oscillating. It is not moving backward. That is precision. It is oscillating. Like a pendulum, it is oscillating. That is the concept. So in 7,200 years, it completes 180 degree. 27 forward, 27 backward, 54. Here 54, 188 degree. In 43 lakhs 20,000 years, this oscillation will be 600. So based on the calculation, you can say Ayanagraha movement is 54 seconds. But Maharyabhata Siddhanta mentioned a little bit less. This is the value on 52 seconds per year. That is the thing. Why that we can take Surya Siddhanta's oscillation as a correct thing? It is proved by the oscillating movement of the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. See, this is the equator, Earth's equator, central point, central line. And this is northern 23 degree, 27 minute, Kadaka Rasi or Tropic of Cancer. This is 23 degree, 27 minutes, south. This is north, this is south. This is Makara Rekha or Tropic of Capricorn. But this is 23.27 minutes is present day value. But modern science estimates it oscillates from 22.1 to 24.5. It increases, again decreases. Again increases, decreases. So it is oscillating. It is not decreasing 0 degree and increasing to 90 degree. So 0 degree to 90 degree and rotating like that. It is not rotating. It is not precision. It is only oscillation. Why? This is because the tilting of the axis. Why there is precision of equinox or oscillation of equinox? It is also because of tilting of the earth. So I have shown now. See, this is the tilting of the earth. That's why this line, both line are cutting. So this Kadagaragan, this also tilting of the earth. So it is also in oscillating movement. In the same way, this equinox also oscillating movement. Both are related to tilting of the Earth's axis. That's why I strongly think that it is only oscillation of equinox. But whether it is oscillation or precision, only after 200 or 300 years, only we can come to know. Because at the time, this 27 degree, as per Surya Siddhanta, will be completed. After that, whether vernal equinox moves forward, if it moves forward, it is oscillation of equinox. If it continues to drift backward, it is precision of equinox. Only at that time, only we can definitely know. But as far as this oscillating movement of the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, it confirms oscillation of equinox only. Surya Siddhanta. And another thing is why this 27 degree oscillation and precision is important. Why oscillation is correct? That we have to understand from the ancient texts. If it is precision of equinox, I have told that now the Vasanta Ritu or this spring season will start in Palguna month because Aries is shifted and vernal equinox is shifted by 24 degrees. But in ancient texts, it doesn't mention anything shifting of the season. If it is for 2000 years, a season changed by 1 month because 50.29 is the per moment, second half. So in 2000 year, it will be changed by 30 degrees. So it will every year 71 degree takes one degree. So in 30 degree in 1 month, 2000 years, so the season will change. So if the Vasanta Ritu starts now, 2000 years after, now if it starts Chaitra month, if it's, then it will be in Palguna month. Like that, it drifts backward. The season will go backward. So for suppose in 7,500 years before, the Vasanta Ritu will not be in Chaitra month, but it is Asada month. Because at the time, the vernal equinox will be at 90 degrees. Like that, the season will tend to change if it is precision of equinox. That would have been recorded in the ancient literature of India. But no literature mentioned any seasonal changes. For example, you can see in Ramayana, Vasanta Ritu starts only in Chaitra month, in Ayodhya Kanda and Kishkinda Kanda and Sundara Kanda, all these things Kanda, clearly these sloka mentioned, Vanmika mentioned there is no seasonal changes. Vasanta Ritu or spring season starts in Chaitra month only. That is the thing. In the same way, Varsha Ritu, Kishkinda Kanda, it starts in Shravana Masa. And Bhadrapada also. Shravana and Bhadrapada in the Vasanta Ritu. Kishkinda Kanda mentioned. In the same way, Sarad Ritu. that is autumn season. Kiskinda Kanda and other Kanda mentioned that Sarad Ritu is in Asvayuja month and Kartika month. That also there is no seasonal change. Now also this Sarad Ritu is in Asvayuja and Kartika. Vasant Ritu is in Saitra Vaikasa. And this another Varsha Ritu is Shravana and Bhadrapada. The same thing now also. In Mahabharata also there is no seasonal changes. When Sri Krishna left for peace mission, it is Kartika month and the season is the end part of Sarad Ritu. And Sarad Ritu in Kartika month, Vanaparva. So from Mahabharata time, even Ramayana period, there is no seasonal changes. That proves it is only oscillation of equinox. And no Indian text mention variation of vernal and autumn equinox or summer or winter solstice beyond 27 degrees, either east or west. You can verify any text. So that is the thing. And even for this Vedanga Jyotisha, it mentioned that during it period, it is Dhanishta Lagna, that is 293.20 degree, that is 23.20. It is less than 27. So like that, even Vedanga Jyotisha or Varahi Migra, everybody mentioned it is less than 27 only. And Varahi Migra further mentions in the ancient period it is 23 degree, 20 minutes, but during his period it's 0 degree Ayanamsa. That is, there is no Ayanamsa. Exactly the vernal equinox cut at Mesa beginning. So Aries, Western Aries coincided exactly with Mesa. And Kalidasa mentioned it is this occurred in 105 BCE, that is 445 Sakayara. Sakayara is Cyrus era. So this was Varagimira lived in 1st century BCE. So this is the calculation of various solar years and Savana year, tropical year, and also lunisolar year. All these things I explained. How it developed from Veda and how it is observed by our ancestors through heliacal rising and how they exactly calculated the number of days per year, and also they know exact value also and the asymmetry also. They have also applied in day-to-day life and they calculated properly. So this is for year. The remaining time calculation, that is Tithi, Vara, Paksha, and also Masa, and also even minute, second, like that, minute time limit, how it developed. That I got to explain. So this is based on 360 degrees of angle as per Rig Veda. But other time measurements are also based on the Earth's movement around the air, around the sun. That is Earth revolution around the sun. Aryabhati mentioned, this is the sloka, Varsham Dwadasa Masas Trimsat Diviso Bhavet Sa Masastu Shashtir Nadyo Divisaha Shashticha Vinadika Nadi Gurvaksharani Shashtir Vinadika Akshi Shadeva Va Pranaha Yevam Kala Vibhaka Chetra Vibhagas Tada Bhakana. That is also important. What it means? A year consists of 12 months, a month consists of 30 days. That is Varsham Dwadasa Masa. Trimsat Diviso Bhavetsa Masastu. That is the thing. A day consists of 60 Nadi, a Nadi consists of 60 Vinadika. That is Shashti Nadyo Divisaga. Shashti means 60, Nadi means Nadi. Shashticha Vinadika Nadi. So Shashti Vinadika, 60 Vinadika is Nadi. And the most important thing is a Vinadika, how it is calculated. It is equal to pronouncing 60 long syllables. That is A, E, U, A, I, O. If you pronounce that time is equal to 1 Vinadika. How we calculated with that? Or taking 6 respirations. If you take 6 deep inhalation and exhalation, it is equal to 1 Vinadika. This is the division of time. And the division of circle proceeds in a similar manner from the revolution of the earth and moon. So, where we caught the division of circle, it is from the revolution of the earth and moon. This is applied to time measurements. So, both are one and the same. That is why I think. Before explaining how they are one and the same, I have to explain two important points. Aryabhatyam reveals that pronouncing alphabets in our nation is based on the natural event of Earth's evolution. One Gurvakshara. Guru means long syllable. Akshara is syllable, long syllable. It is the time limit for pronouncing one long syllable and the duration of the time. How we calculated that such a time, such seconds we have to pronounce one long syllable. Such seconds will be less for small syllable. It is based on Earth's revolution. If the Earth revolves one tatpara, that is 1/3 of an angular distance, that is 1/60th of a seconds of hour, or 1 by 21,60,000 degrees of an angle. In that time only we got to pronounce one long syllable. So not only our language also developed from Earth's revolution. This 21,60,000, if you multiply 2, it will come to 43,32,000. That is one Mahayoga calculation. That also you should understand. And another interesting thing is, Aryabhatta mentioned the respiratory rate of man. Now modern science, modern medicine, people, doctors will calculate. But Aryabhatta, some thousands of years itself he mentioned. So he mentioned 6 per Vinadika. 1 Vinadika, 2.5 Vinadika is 1 minute. And 1 Vinadika is equal to, that is 4 seconds. So each inhalation, exhalation is for 4 seconds. And in a minute, there will be 15 respirations. That is calculated by Aryabhatta Sloka. The modern medical textbooks, whether it confirms? Yes, definitely confirms. I have read all these books. The Review of Medical Physiology by William Ganna, University of California. What he mentions, the respiratory rate of human beings 12 to 15 per minute. Hutchison, another foreign author. It's an important medical textbook, final year medical textbook. It is 14 to 18. And our Sarada Subramanian from our nation, he wrote a book, a textbook of human physiology, authenticated physiology book in medical college. It mentions 14 to 20 minutes. So average 15 minutes. So that's why in the modern medicine mentioned what? This is mentioned by Aryabhatta some thousands of years. And this also correlated with the Earth's movement. That also you should understand. It is not just artificially developed. It actually developed from the Earth's movement. That much is the scientific of time calculation in India in the ancient day. Vadeswara Siddhanta and Goda in the same way he mentioned. And what he mentioned, the divisions of circle to have been defined in the same manner as those of time. So time calculation and the Earth's movement will be one and the same. How it, you can see this tabular column. 1 Savana year or 12 months is equal to 1 revolution, that 12 rasis, zodiac sign. Or 1 revolution or 1 circle. 360 days is 360 degrees. 1 month is 30 days, 1 rasi, zodiac sign is 30 degrees. 1 day is 60 Nadika, 1 degree is 60 minutes. Modern thing also minutes. We call it Liptar Kala. They call it 60 minutes of hour. And 1 Nadi is 60 Vinadika. In the same way, 1 minute of hour is equal to 60 seconds of hour. We call it as Vilipta Vikala. And 1 Vinadika is 60 Gurvakshara or 6 respirations. In the same way, 1 Vilipta or 1 seconds of hour is equal to 60 thirds of hour. So exactly similar. This revolution of the Earth and the time calculation minute to 1 year, it is exactly developed based on the Earth's revolution around the sun and the time required for that. For that only we calculated and we fixed the same time. Even for pronouncing one alphabet also we fixed it like that one. See, 1 year is the time required for the Earth to travel 360 degree, 1 month to 30 degree, 1 day to 1 degree. Like that, everything will be the same. The circle measurements, angular measurements and time measurements will be same. You can see 1 circle, 1 Savanaya, 1 degree, 1 day, 1 minute, 1 Gadika. That is 1 Nadika. And 1 second is 1 Vinadika. And 1/3 is 1 Gurvakshara. Same thing, exactly similar. Not even a 1% difference is there. That's why the time measurements in India in the ancient past developed based on astronomy and based on natural event. It is not artificially developed. Like if we complete December 31st, January 1st will come. Why it comes? We don't know. It is artificially fixed. But here everything is fixed on the Earth's revolution around the sun. That point we should understand. So other things you can able to concentrate. But the basic thing is everything developed because of based on the Earth's revolution around the sun and Earth's rotation on its own axis and also moon's revolution around the Earth. So it is artificial, not artificial. It is scientific and astronomical. That we should understand. So this is nano to macro time calculation. Badeswara Siddhanta and Gola Badeswara mentioned, if you prick a lotus petal, the time is 3D. How much it is? 1 by 1,12,500th of a modern second. That is 0.00009 second. That is the minute time we know. What is the maximum time macro unit? Brahma's life. That is 432 crore. Years is half a day for him. So 1 day is 864 into 360 days into 100 human years. So this much. That is 3 crores, 11 lakhs, 4,000 crore years. So from 1 by 1,12,500th of a modern second to 3 crores, 11 lakhs, 4,000 crore years, we have time divisions. How much excellent, how much knowledgeable, how much it should be admirable, adorable about the knowledge and wisdom of our ancestors. We should understand. Then coming to, I have explained everything. One thing I have not explained. What is Tithi? What is Hora? What is why weekdays? This I have not explained. That also I have explained. The Hora is the time unit equal to 1 hour. From Hora only hour came. And horoscope also came. Scope is looking into. Hora means that time period we are looking into. That is Jataka. So from Hora only we this hour and horoscope they were spent. Each day has 24 hours. So it is 24 hours. So 2.5 Nardika is 1 hour or 60 Nardika is 24 hours. What is this Hora? Each day I have explained 24 Hora. How they are named? It is named after the preceding Graha in that Hora. From sunrise to next day sunrise, there will be 24 Hora. Each Hora will have a preceding deity. That is the 7 out of Navagraha. That is Sun, Moon, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, and Saturn. And the ascending node of the Moon, that is Rahu. Descending node of Moon is the Ketu, that is the Navagraha. Except Rahu and Ketu, all other 7 Graha rule each 1 Hora hour. Why Rahu and Ketu are not included? Because they have no shape and form. If I have to explain, I have to explain astronomy, but I simply say that Rahu or Ketu are not celestial objects. It is only imaginary cutting points at the sky, because Earth's revolution on the sun is in one plane, Moon's revolution on the Earth is in another plane, tilted by 5.15 degree. So these two circles cut at 2 places. That cutting point is Rahu and Ketu. It is 3,84,400 kilometers from Earth. Even an imaginary point at that point, at the distance also, our ancestors know, and the modern scientists called it as ascending and descending node of Moon. So Rahu and Ketu is not an imaginary thing. It is an excellent scientific thing proved by modern science. Because they have no shape and form, Chaya Graha, they are not included in Hora. Remaining 7 out of Navagraha will have each Hora ruling period. From sunrise to next day sunrise. Aryabhatta of Aryabhatta mentioned how this 7 Hora is ordered. Why after Saturn this Graha Hora should come? After that this Graha, Venus after that. Like that, how they are ordered. And how they named weekdays. Why they fixed 7 days? Because Navagraha, 7 Graha are included, so 7 days. Each Graha for 1 day. That's why weekdays is having 7 days, not 10 or 5. That you should understand. Each Hora will have a preceding deity out of this 7 Graha. How this preceding deity or the Hora are ordered? He mentioned the 7 Graha beginning with Saturn are arranged in the order of increasing velocity, angular velocity as the preceding deity. Oresa, Iswara of the Hora. Graha of the fourth place will be preceding deity of the next first Hora. I will explain this thing. See, Saturn has the lowest angular velocity per day, 2 seconds. Jupiter, almost 5 seconds. Mars, 31 seconds. Earth or Sun. Earth's movement is imposed on Sun and it is seen as a Sun's movement. So it is almost 1 degree. Venus 1 degree 36 minutes. Mercury 4 degree 5 minutes. And Moon is the fastest moving graha, that is 13 degree 10 minutes. Why it is there? The linear velocity, the kilometer that cover in each day for all Navagraha will be same. Aryabhatta told that. But because this Saturn has a big circle to revolve, this Mercury has small circle. So if it travels 10,000 kilometers per day, it will cover only this much. But Mercury will cover this much. So this angle will be more, this angle will be less. That's why Saturn has 2 minutes or 2 only. It has 1 hour 1 degree 36 minutes. That's why the difference. Because 10,000 kilometers will come here. For this 10,000 kilometers will be only this much. So this angle is this angle is this much. So based on the angular velocity. So our ancestors knew the angular velocity of all these graha. You see 2, 5 exactly arranged. You see, from that we can understand they know the arrangement of planets in the solar system. Because they know that Mercury has longer velocity, they are very close, that is very close to the center. That's why its circular orbit is small. And after that Venus, after that Earth, after that Mars, after that Jupiter, finally Saturn. So the arrangements of planets in the solar system itself is known to our ancestors, is proved by this Aryabhatta's writing. So based on this angular velocity, they have arranged. So you can take example, Saturn day. Why it is mentioned Saturday? Because the first hora of that after sunrise, that is 6 to 7 hour, 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock, this hora is ruled by certain graha. That's why that day is named as Saturday. After that, the next increasing velocity will be Jupiter. I have seen. So Saturn, after that Jupiter. After that Mars, after that Earth or Sun, after that Venus, after that Mercury, finally this Moon. Very, very minimal circle. So like that it is arranged. So Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, Sun, Venus, Mercury, Moon. After that, 7th hora is over. 8th hora again Saturn. 15th hora again Saturn. 22nd hora again Saturn. But 23rd will be Jupiter. 24th will be Mars. After that, increasing velocity will be Sun. First hora of the next day. That's why after Saturday, the Sunday comes. In Sunday, the 24th hora is Mercury and 25th is Moon. That's why Monday comes. In the same way, Mars, Mercury, that is Wednesday, Jupiter, we call it as Budhvar. Jupiter, that is Guru Bhagavan, so it is Guruvar. Venus is Sukravar. Saturn is Shanivar. Like that. So how scientific is, how astronomical, even the arrangement of the weekdays and naming of the weekdays and the order of the weekdays is exactly scientific and astronomical. That we should understand. Nothing is artificial, nothing is imaginary. And coming to the Tithi and month calculation, it is 2 types of month calculation is there. Chandramana, Sauramana. Chandramana is based on Moon's revolution around there, and Suryamana is Earth's revolution around the Sun. Chandramana is based on the difference of longitude between Sun and Moon. So on Amavasya day, the Sun and Moon, on seeing from the Earth, viewing from Earth, it will be in the same longitude. But the Moon's velocity is 13 degree, whereas Sun or Earth's velocity is 1 degree. So every day, the Moon goes forward from the Sun by 12 degree. It increases 12 degree. So first 12 degree is Prathama Tithi. Next 12 to 24 degree is Ditiya Tithi. 24 to 36 degree difference is Tritiya Tithi. Like that only it is arranged. One Tithi is almost equal to 1 day. Half of the Tithi is Karana, which is used in Panchanga only. So this is Shukla Paksha, that is from Amavasya to Paurnami, that is Shukla Paksha, 15 days. Krishna Paksha is from Amavasya to Paurnami to Amavasya. So this is the 15th Tithi. So I explained Vara and Hora and Tithi also. Why Amavasya is named as Amavasya and Paurnami is named as Paurnami? It is not just like that imaginary ways. See, in Paurnami, moon will be here, opposite to sun. So all light rays, sun rays will fall it and reflected back to earth. So during night time, full moon is visible. It is beautiful, excellent, and it should be admirable. Such a lovely thing to walk in a full moon day. Yeah? Because light will be there, but it is cool, not with sunlight, it is hot. So cool light day will be there, and it is beautiful, and it is complete, Purna. Purna means complete. So that's why we call it as Paurnami. Purna become Paurnami. And Amavasya day, because from earth, if you see view from earth, the sun and moon will be in the same longitude, in the same lying place. So sun will be here, moon will be here in the same longitude. In Paurnami, sun is on one side, moon is on side, 180 degree opposite. So Ama means to be with, Vasya means residing, dwelling. So moon along with sun resides. Together with Ama, Vasya resides. That's why it is named as Amavasya. It is not just like that named. It is actual terminology, how it is brilliant and knowledgeable, you understand. That I explained, no. And there is another thing, synodic month. Synodic month is this moon's revolution from Amavasya. Suppose Amavasya, sun and moon will be in one thing, and it revolves around there. It completes 180 degree Paurnami, and again goes round, again come to sun. So this is one revolution. That is on conjunction from sun to conjunction to sun. That is 1 month. That is synodic month. Or from Paurnami to Paurnami. That is also synodic month. This is Paurnamanta. This is Amanta. That you need not bother. So there will be. It takes 29.530 days. But one nakshatra to nakshatra is 27.32 days. Because earth is moving, no. So sun is apparently moved. So it will take much time than this 27. Like nakshatra dina and solar dina, you understand the same thing. So that is the difference. And moon's main velocity is 30 degree. That is also we can understand. So this is 29.53 into 12 days. I have already showed synodic lunar month is 354 days. But what is Sauramana month? That is solar month. Solar month is the apparent movement of the sun from one zodiac sign to other zodiac sign. It covers 30 degree. That is one solar month. So there is one Sauramana month is 30.43 days, and lunar month is 29 point something. So there is a difference. So every year the difference is almost 11 days. So Sauramana year is more 11 days more than Chandramana. But if you apply Chandramana calculation, the season will tend to vary. 354, every day falls short by 11 days. How to correct it? That also our ancestors used. That is, they introduced Adhika Masa. In North India, there is Adhika Masa. Why it comes? Because Chandramana month falls short by 11 days. In 3 years, it will be 33 days. So that 33 days, leaving 3 days, 30 days is included as a month. Adhika Masa. 12 months, and third year will have 13 months. Like that, we are equating. This is explained in Vedanta Jyotish of lunar solar cycle, lunisolar calendar. And the other thing is, this Sauramana month also, every month day will not be correct. Same. For example, in Tamil Nadu, we are following Sauramana calendar. In Margashirsha month, it is 29 days. In Ashada month, it is 32 days. Why? Because Earth is revolving around the sun, and sun is not at the center, away from the center. So at one period of time, Earth is very close to sun, and another period, it is away from the sun. So if it is very close to sun, it is attracted more. The earth revolves faster. So to cover 30 degree, it requires only 29 days. So 30-degree coverage is the 1 month. So for this 29 days. Here it moves less. So 32 days it takes to cover 30 degree. That's why 32 days per 1 month. That we should understand. And the names of the month and nakshatra, that also we should understand. How months are named, how nakshatra, Janma nakshatra, and also today's nakshatra, how they understood. So these are all the 12 zodiac signs of the earth, ecliptic pathway. These are all the 27 nakshatra. This is the earth's ecliptic, this is the celestial equator. So from vernal equinox, Ashwini, Bharani, like that, it comes here. Not exactly the stars will situated here. It will be situated here, like this, in this area. You can see here. In this you can see this is the Earth's pathway around the sun, and these stars will be in the ecliptic belt. That is 30 degree below, 30 degree above. In this ecliptic belt, somewhere some 100 years of light years like that, the ecliptic stars will be situated. But one thing you should understand. Moon revolves around the earth in the same ecliptic plane only, in the horizontal plane only. So when the earth is here, moon will be here. It will not be here like that. It will be in the same horizontal plane. So when earth is here, moon is here, and this nakshatra is here, this nakshatra will be in conjunction with this moon on viewing from earth. That is the nakshatra of that day. That is an important thing. So when moon is here and earth is here, moon is here, some nakshatra is here. This nakshatra, Jay Ashwini or Bharani or Kritika, that will be in conjunction with this moon. So on viewing from earth, it has more effect on earth. Suppose if a star is situated in the celestial equator here, it will not be in conjunction with moon. It will not be in the horizontal plane. Only the ecliptic star will be in conjunction with moon. That's why our ancestors divided this ecliptic star plane into 27 nakshatra. And the prominent nakshatra is the junction star Yogatara. That is like that same name. So our naming of nakshatra or counting of nakshatra is itself scientific. It should be in horizontal plane with the moon. That nakshatra alone we counted. Not all other nakshatra. Crores and crores nakshatra are there in the sky. Why we selected only 27? Because that nakshatra only can be in conjunction in the same horizontal plane with earth and moon and sun. So that nakshatra only we counted. That is the 27 nakshatra division. For example, if the moon is in Jyeshtha nakshatra on a particular day, then that day nakshatra will be Jyeshtha nakshatra. For example, Sri Krishna's birth is Rohini nakshatra. On that day, earth is here, the moon will be here in Rohini nakshatra. And our Sri Rama born in Punarvasu nakshatra. So on that day, this moon will be here. So from earth, if we see moon is here, Punarvasu is here in conjunction. That is the thing. If we born one person, one VIP who is listening this lecture, he born in the auspicious nakshatra Pushya. Then means moon will be in Pushya nakshatra. So his birth star will be Pushya. His birth zodiac sign is Karkataka. Like that only we are named. It is also not birth star or birth zodiac sign, just like that they name. It is also astronomical, that we should understand. These are all the 27 nakshatra, but the modern name are there that I have given. And whether we know 27 ecliptic nakshatra even time immemorial, or we borrowed from somewhere else, no. Taitriya Samhita, Atharva Veda, Maitrayani Samhita narrated this 27 nakshatra in the same order what we are teaching today. And also they gave the Devata, the presiding deity of each nakshatra. And they included Abhijita also, Atharva Veda, and Maitrayani Samhita included Abhijita as the 28. So we are not borrowed. Our ancestors from time immemorial, in the remotest antiquity itself, they know all these things. This I have explained, birth star and junction. How months are named? Not doubt I got to say. So in Chaitra month, I have already shown the sun will be either conjunction with Ashwini or Bharani or first part of Kartika. Then only sun is in conjunction with Mesa month, Mesa Rasi, that is Chaitra month. At the time on the Paurnami, moon will be exactly 180 degree opposite I have shown. So where it will be in the Chaitra nakshatra. So full moon will be in Chaitra Nakshatra in this Chaitra month. That's why that month is named after this Nakshatra. Because full moon is beautiful. No. In Vishaka month, the sun will be in Rishabha Rasi and moon will be in Vishaka month. That's why we named it as Vishaka. In Ashada month, moon will be in Jeshta, sun will be in Mithuna. In Karkadaga, like that, Sravana. In Shimma, it will be in Sadabhis Nakshatra. Like that, each Nakshatra. And that is important. Chitra Purnami is important. Vaishaka Purnami is important. And Pushya Nakshatra is important in Tamil Nadu, worshipping Kartikeya. Like that, Kartika Deepa. That is important. So each month is named with the nakshatra on which the moon is in conjunction on Purnami day. Because Purnami is beautiful and auspicious. Like that, only months are also named based on astronomy only, not just like that. You see, this is the thing. Chaitra, Vishaka, Jeshta, like that. So Purna, beautiful, easy to identify. You can identify moon easily on the Purnami. Magha month. Magha is important. Purva. Every day, everything, all Purnami days are important and we are celebrating that. So the month name also, with reason only, we have developed. So, okay. Then coming to modern science. See, our ancestors developed this concept on which nakshatra is moon is in conjunction. That is the day of that nakshatra. So they identified in the night, moon is which nakshatra it is in conjunction. They named the day after that nakshatra. So they assessed the movement of the revolution of the moon around the earth based on the finding out the stationary nakshatra. So if the moon is in Jeshta, it is Jeshta. If it is in Kritika, it is Kritika nakshatra. So they identify where is moon. It is in Kritika nakshatra because it is in conjunction with Kritika. So they identified the position of the moon based on the stationary with the reference to stationary ecliptic star. This is the basic concept of our Janma nakshatra thing. But it is also used by modern science also. I am not saying that they copied from us, but the same idea is now adapted by modern science. They are also using the same technique only. See, our India launched Chandrayaan in 22nd October 2008. On launching the Chandrayaan, moon was here. But it reached moon on November 14, 2008. So till that 14 plus 8, 22 days, moon has traveled like this. If we launch Chandrayaan towards this, it cannot reach moon. So we have to launch Chandrayaan towards this place. How to identify on this day moon will be here? Because by calculating the velocity of the movement and also with reference to the stationary ecliptic star, we are identifying this. So instead of launching towards moon, we are launching towards this nakshatra ecliptic star, at which on November 14, the moon will be in conjunction. Like that, the same technique, what our ancestors adapted, the same technique only adapted by modern science. So our technique, our ancestors' technique is not only astronomical, it is scientific. That we should understand. You see, this moon at launch and moon at landing, Chandrayaan landing. Chandra's Chemical Attitudinal Explorer landed that chase instrument. Moon probe landed on November 14. So like that, moon traveled here and moon will be in conjunction with this nakshatra, say Sravana. And after on launching, it will be 22 nakshatra after that. From Sravana, we can say Pushya or some other nakshatra. So they launched the satellite towards this Pushya nakshatra. And on 14th November, the moon will be in conjunction with Pushya nakshatra from Sravana. So it will easily land on moon. So same technique they adopted. This is the pathway, the circular pathway of the Chandrayaan. 84,400 kilometers. And Mars launching also. India launched in 2013 to 2014. On launching, Mars will be here. Our Earth is here. Sun is here. On launching, we are not launched here. During that nearly 1 year, that is on launch 24 November, Mars traveled this much. So how we identified Mars will be here? Because with reference to the stationary ecliptic star, the same technique what our ancestors did. So that is the thing. So, and another important thing is there is no leap year calculation in Bharatian calendar. Why? Because in month calculation and year calculation also, we will start the day from sunrise. If the sun crosses apparently 30° during night, that day will be included in the previous month, and next day only the beginning of the next month. In the same way, if the sun apparently crosses 360° to enter into the next revolution, much after the sun set, that day will be counted in the previous day, and the next day only become the first day of the next day. If it crosses in the daytime, that day will be counted as the first day of the next month. Because exactly it is not similar. The moon, earth revolves around the sun in 365 days, and the excess will be 13 to 22 Nadika. Some year 13 Nadika, some year 22 Nadika. So based on that exact calculation only, we adapted. That's why scientifically we avoided, and also by applying the wisdom, that is some tamasoma jyotirgamaya, the day should start with sunlight. So by applying that concept also, we avoided no leap year calculation. So that confusion is totally avoided, because if the sun enters into the new revolution after sunset, the last day will be counted in the previous year. If it enters during daytime, it will be counted as the first day. Like that, every 4 years, 1 year will be extended, and it go unnoticed. Nobody knows, but it is exactly correct. That is the scientific method we adopted. And coming to the final part, there are 4 yuga in Magha Yuga. I have told that why this Magha Yuga concept is developed, because of this revolution of the planets and also moon's apogee and node. You see, moon's apogee in 43,20,000 years, it revolution 4,88,290. It is not divisible. It is an odd number. So if you reduce it, it will be incomplete revolution. 2,44,109.5. Incomplete. It is in decimal place. That's why to have a complete revolution in integral number, we developed this concept of 43,20,000 years, and also it is connected with the respirations also, human respiration. That also I have explained. So this is the Satyuga, this much here, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Kali Yuga. So this is the concept for Magha Yuga. That also astronomically only we developed. And this Kali Yuga and other concept are there in Sankalpa Mantra. We know Adya Brahmana, Tidiya Paradhe, Sveta Varaga Kalpe, Manvandra, Ashtavamsaditame, 28 Magha Yuga, Kali Yuga, everything we know. This is their inscriptions are called there in Tamil Nadu also, the same thing. Manvandra, Kalpa are there. So it is not a concept from outside. Sankalpa Mantra from time immemorial, we are saying in every household. So that is from India only. There is an important thing. There is a North Indian or Kashmir calendar that is kept in Berlin Library. It is already worn out in 1900 itself. It was noted by Professor F. Khan. I have to thank him wholeheartedly for bringing out. In that, it mentioned various calculations: Saptarshi era, Saka era, and also Vikrama Samvat and Kali Yuga. What is the important thing is, it mentions the number of years elapsed since beginning of this universe, this creation of universe. That is 197 crore 29,48,894 years. Maharyabhatta Siddhanta up to Kali Yuga mentions same thing. If we add this 4894, it comes exact. So we know how much year elapsed since the creation of universe. Not only that, how many years are remaining in this universe, in this Kalpa. That also given. In Kali Yuga, how many years elapsed, remaining period also elapsed, given. So that's my exact calculation. This is a Panchanga. For the year 1794, more than 200 years, 226 years. There was a Panchanga in Kashmir or North Indian. That Panchanga was in Berlin Library. It mentions all these things. You can find it in Indian Antiquary volume, this volume, 20th page. I thank again Kelhon for bringing out to the world. Okay, 71 Mahayuga is the Santi period, Manvantara, that is 30 lakhs 84,000, 48,000. Yes, it is what is it? Because it is the time required for the solar system, the sun revolved around the Milky Way galaxy. In the same way, Kalpa is 432 crores. It is also the time required for the Milky Way galaxy to revolve around the center of the universe. So that is also the largest time also based on astronomy only. So this is final point. And our ancestors know time is cyclical, not linear. But Western concept is time linear until proved by Albert Einstein. They understood now time is cyclical. Before Albert Einstein, they thought it is only linear. But if it is a circle has no beginning and end. Then why we calculated Saitra as the beginning month of a year? We can fix any month now after 12 months. Even in Tamil Nadu, there is a movement for Pushya month because it is very close to January. So we can equate to January. Like that, there is a concept. Why? Because we are calculating Saitra. We can fix any Asada month also, we can fix. But circle has no beginning, no end. But when we draw a circle, it has a beginning and end. So that is the beginning point of the circle. So Brahmasputa Siddhanta and the Siddhanta Shiromani mentioned during the creation of the universe, the all Navagraha started their revolution at Saitra Sukla Pratipada. That's why Saitra month become the beginning of the year. That also we should. It is also not Saitra month is fixed just like that. So all these things are explained. Thus, Bharatian calendar system is accurate and absolute. No corrections are needed. High antiquity, and it is natural, astronomical, and it is the best calendar system in the entire world. So we are following. Still, we are following in our household affairs, or Kumbha Visega, or Bhumi Puja, or anything, marriage, everything. We follow only the Bharatian calendar system. We are not fixing our marriage on July 1st. It is Ashada month, not auspicious. We will fix only in auspicious month. Only in the office we are following. So I request even in our office we can follow Bharatian calendar system. And we start that we should celebrate our birthday in the Janma Nakshatra, not based on English calendar system. And we should convey it to our children, relatives, and friends. That is my humble request. From hereafter, whoever listened, they should celebrate their birthday in the Janma Nakshatra. With that, I conclude. I thank. Sorry to take much time, but it is a subject of that time. Certain things I couldn't explain because I have to go fast. I'm very sorry for that. But you basically understand our Bharatian calendar system is the best thing, accurate and astronomical and natural. And that thing we should follow. If we understand from this lecture, these points, it will be good thing. I thank once again the Sangam Talks.
Dr. Raja, at the outset, I congratulate you for an excellent lecture on Indian calendar. It was very excellent, and you gave a lot of inputs. I would like to, if the organizers permit, 3 questions. Okay, and the first question is, you have mentioned about the human days as well as the Pitruloka days and the Devaloka days. And 30 days of human days for one Pitruloka days, and 30 Pitruloka days as one Devaloka day.
12 Pitru days is one.
Okay. And then you have mentioned about the mass also. Depending upon the mass, the human, that is Earth and Pitruloka mass, and the Devaloka mass. In that case, the Devaloka mass is more.
Yes, definitely more.
That means the Devaloka is behind Saturn.
No, for example, it is not the size, it is the
Okay.
mass. See, for
Okay.
example, neutron star is
Okay.
just 10 to 20 kilometers radius,
Okay.
but it is high density. Nuclear density is much for neutron star. For
Okay.
example, if you take 1 teaspoon soil from neutron star, the weight is equal to a mountain,
Okay.
but the size is only 10 to 20 kilometers.
Okay.
Sudeep Bhattacharya is a famous scientist from Tata Institute of Fundamental Research. He researched on that and found out what is the age, spinning, everything. So that neutron star is thousands of light years from us, but it is very small star, but its mass is very heavy. It doesn't
Oh.
mean size. It
Okay.
mass is we can say colloquially it is weight.
Okay.
Weight is different from mass, but we can roughly understand that mass is equal to weight. It is
Okay.
not size.
So
See,
accordingly,
for a
oh, sorry.
gold, even it is a small thing, it will weigh.
Okay.
For cotton, if it is a huge size, it will not weigh. That's you should understand.
Okay. That means you are telling that the Devaloka is in our solar system or beyond
No,
our solar system.
it is not here. It is not
Yeah.
here.
Okay. The other question is you have mentioned about the Hora.
Hmm.
And for one each planet 1 hour Hora we I mean the Bharat people have allotted.
Yes.
And the Ragu and Kedu, they have left their Sayagraha. But my question is, Ragu and Kedu also, they have given 1.5 time each. That is Ragu Kalam as well as Yamagandam.
That is entirely different. Ragu Kala and Yamaganda is nothing to do with this.
Okay.
And the same thing, Amrita Yoga and other thing. Panchangam include, I have omitted Amrita Yoga.
Okay.
Other 4 things I explained. Because it is not something not related to this movement, so I have omitted. Maybe Ragu Kala or Yamakanda, it is some Upagraha may be there.
Okay.
Where sun around certain some satellites are there. Maybe
Okay.
that we are now knowledge of that. Ancestors they would not know, so they included. Till then, I couldn't understand what is that satellite and all. My knowledge is very limited, so I couldn't include that.
Okay. And then how many degrees we are speaking about conjunction of the planets. So the conjunction of the planets, usually how many degrees, within how many degrees it should come?
Okay, for example, Rohini Nakshatra.
Okay.
It is from 40 degree to 53 degree 20 minutes.
Okay.
If the moon is within that 40 to 53 degree 20 minutes, it will be in conjunction with Rohini Nakshatra.
Okay.
That 13 degree 20 minutes for each nakshatra. If you multiply into 27, it comes to 360 degree.
Okay.
For each nakshatra, 13 degree 20 minutes.
Okay.
Some nakshatra, moon will cross more fast.
Okay.
So nakshatra period may be 64 nalika to 56 nalika.
Okay.
It is not also constant because moon revolves around the earth, not in an exact circular. It is an elliptical circle. That also.
Okay. And it is nice that even the planets are coming into conjunction. They cannot touch each other because they will be away from 5 degrees.
No. That is not there. For example, I can say the moon is, if it is, we are saying in conjunction with sun and Amavasya.
Okay.
But moon is from earth, it is 384,400 kilometers.
Okay.
But the sun is 140 crore kilometers.
Okay.
So only on viewing from this, you can see some object, one building. Behind that, 100 meters away from that, one object is there. You can see both objects in the same line, but they are not close together.
Okay.
Like that, sun will be here, moon will be here. When earth, if you see that this moon is here, sun is here, from earth it will be seen in the same line, but moon and earth, sun will be not attached. It is separate.
Last question. What is the difference in the Vaki Panjangam and Tirukanida Panjangam? Because the transition of the planets, there is a difference in Vakya Panchangam and Tirkanida Panchangam.
See, in ancient days, we have Siddhantic texts
Okay.
that calculate the movement of 43 lakhs 20,000 years. It's a big calculation, mathematical calculation. So to simplify, Karana text come. So based on Karana text, we adapted this movement of the Graha. That is Vakya Panchanga. Dirkanita, it is not Tirkanita, it is Dirk. Dirk means
Okay.
viewing.
Okay.
On observing the celestial object, they are conducting. So Vakya Panchanga is based on ancient, but this celestial movement also should be corrected periodically.
Yes.
It may vary. So that correction is Dirkanita, without correction is Vakya.
Okay. Okay.
A
Thank
little
you.
bit variation only with that.
Yeah, traditionally our Indian time calculation is based on 60 multiple of 60. For example, there will be 60 ghatis in whole day and night. There will be 60 pearls within one ghati, and there will be 60 viparas into one pearl. So
Yes.
my question is how we shifted from this 60 multiple division to 24 multiple division.
No, you see, there is 60-year cycle also there that you are not mentioned. That is the conjunction between Jupiter and Saturn.
Zodiac cycle.
Zodiac cycle. But
Hmm.
we are 24 hours we are adapting in the modern day. In the ancient period, this 24 hora is used only for auspice, finding out auspicious time. That is Shukra and Buddha and another hora, Guru hora are auspicious. We have to do good things for that. For that only we used hora, but rest of the calculations we adopted only 60 nadika, 60 things, even 60-year cycle. But when the English people came, we slowly shifted from 60 to 24. But previously we know it's 24 hora, but we used only for finding out auspicious time, auspicious hora. For example, this certain hora and Mars hora is not auspicious. At that time, we should not do good things. But whereas Buddha hora and Guru hora, they are auspicious. Like that, we adapted. For that only, we are adapted 24 hora. But for calculation, 60 nadika, 60 vinadika, that only we used. But because of the Western influence, we have shifted from 60 to 24. That is the thing.
No, actually, my question is one more related to this thing. I visited the sundial in Ujjain. So in Ujjain, there is a sundial and it calculates, it measures the time in ghati par and vipar. It does not measure into this system of 24 hours.
Yes, that is correct. What you are told is sundial. But you understand, Ujjain Rekha is the prime meridian Rekha before 1885. Now we are adapting Greenwich. No. Previously, Ujjain Rekha is the important thing. And the sundial is there in Ujjain and Jaipur and Delhi also. But previously, our ancestors and the astronomical texts, they calculated only 60 Gadika. What you are told is absolutely correct. Even any astronomical text, they follow only Vinadika Nadi. No text, even Vadesara, Aryabhatta mentioned about Hora. Hora is for Panchanga and for doing auspicious time. That only we kept. For other thing, calculation of time, we used only Vinadika Nadi. So sundial, everything constructed based on astronomical text. So they use only 60 Vinadika and 60 Nadi. Further information is Ujjain is the prime meridian in the ancient days. And for your another information, there is a mount near Ujjain Ishwara temple. That is a Mangal temple. From there only the people say that the Mars Graha separated from Earth. If you compare the soil of Mars and Earth and other features, it will be same. That also another information from there. So Ujjain is important for us.
Why have we and the world chosen the 7 days for a week? Why 12 months? The Julian calendar had 13 months. Why did they choose 13 months? And why did we have 12 months? And
okay, tell
yes, if you can just.
Sir, weekdays I explained. Out of 9 Navagraha, because Rahu, Ketu are Chaya Graha, they have no form and shape. So we take 7 graha only, and from the morning hour 6 to 7, one hora is preceded by one graha. That graha's name is given to that day. If it is Sani graha, it is Sanivar. If it is Buddha graha, it is Buddhavar. I explained why after Sunday the Monday comes. Monday after Monday, Tuesday comes. That I explained. So based on out of Navagraha, the 7 graha we included that each graha has a devata for 1 hour in each day. 24 hours, 24 times repeated. So 21st after that, 22nd the same graha, 23rd next, 24th immediate next, and 25th will be the next day first graha. That will come after certain the sun Surya graha will come. So it is Sunday. Like that I explained. And 12 months, because we calculated the zodiac and we divided into 12 zodiac signs. Okay. Based on that, we calculated further the within one revolution of the earth, the moon revolves around revolution of the earth around the sun. Moon revolves the earth almost 12 times. Sometimes 12 times, little bit more, 11 days. So it is exactly 12 circulation. So based on that, we calculated 12 months. Based on Earth's revolution around the sun and moon's revolution around the earth. That's why, because there are 12 revolutions of the moon, within one revolution of the earth, we calculated 12 as the month. Based on that only, we divided the zodiac sign into 12 also. That is the concept. From moon's revolution, it came. Thank you. I have not mentioned in my lecture. It is an opportunity to make my say this thing. Because of shortage of time, I little bit omitted many things. Thank you for asking the question.
The Julian had used to add arbitrarily a number of days. So any reason why they used to add and why the Gregorian stopped? Then another one, if we have to choose one day of the week, like the Middle East have chosen Friday to be a sacred day and make it a holiday. The Judeo-Christian choice is the Sunday. The Judeo is Saturday and Sunday. If we had to choose one, which would be the day to choose to keep as a holiday?
Yes, that is correct. But one thing I will say, this Julian calendar, it is started and corrected by Julius Caesar in the 46 BCE. And that year they calculate the number of days as 445 days, 80 days more. Because their ancient calendar is much defective. The seasons vary, it is completely confused. So at least to try to solve something, the Julius Caesar adapted 46 BCE as the Julian calendar from the Roman calendar, ancient calendar. And he meant so that 445, if we kept, it will be corrected. Like that, they corrected. Even that correction is not sufficient. So again, Gregorian came. He omitted 10 days. And they are going on alternating, because it's all imaginary. Nothing astronomical, nothing natural. So they are going on altering it. Even somebody says, this September month is coming from the Sapta, 7th, October from odd 8, November from now, thus from December. So they initially had 6 months, then they added 4 months like this. After that, Julius Caesar came, added July, Augustus Caesar come, added August. So after that only they calculated 12 months. Like that, there is a stories. But we know this 12 months concept and 365 days from the remotest antiquity. We have absolute knowledge of ancestors to develop all these things. And another thing is, out of the Navagraha, the prime graha is Sun. Sun is the giving all energy to solar system. So my point is, if it is Sun, it is good. But our ancestors didn't give weekly holidays. Usually we don't do any work on Ashtami Navami. Sri Krishna birthday and Sri Rama's birthday from Rama time. Or before that even. Ashtami Navami will be a holiday for us. So monthly 2 Ashtami Navami will be there. So 4 holidays are there. Like that we adapted. Ancient days there is no weekly holidays. Only Ashtami Navami will be a holiday. Like that only we adapted. we can now adapt that also. No, we want weekly holiday. We can start from Sunday. Sunday is because it is the prime graha and the navagraha. That may be correct, but many scholars are there. They have to sit. Somebody will say Thursday, Guruvar, because Guru is auspicious thing. Like that they may say.